few moments, take some time to yourself to get rid of anything that you no longer need, let go of the effects of last weekend, and come into the new weekend a little more centered, grounded, and focused. Why not take a break from all of life's transgressions? Not that being a human being isn't wonderful and great and has its perks as well, but we are on all the time. So why not let's take a moment to turn ourselves off and disconnect from the outer world to reconnect with our inner reality. So if you haven't done so, come to a comfortable seated position and just start to close your eyes, taking deep, long breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose only. So we want to keep the mouth closed. And just start to relax every muscle in your body. And take your time. Really take your time, slowing your breath down. Relax all your worries, all your fears, all your doubts, any pain that you might have. Just relax it down into the ground. Just let it all go. Let your shoulders just roll down your back. Hello, Joy Anthony. How are you? Welcome. So glad for you to join us. Sunday fun day. We're just going to take it easy today. With every breath that you take, allow it to relax you further and further, deeper and deeper into that meditative state of mind. And that meditative state is just something that you stumble upon by being completely relaxed and aware, full attention at the same time. So your body is relaxed, yet your mind is sharp, clear, and focused. Just listening and being completely absorbed in the now moment for what is happening right here and right now. So that's what meditation is. It's not something that you can force your way into. It's just something that automatically happens by being relaxed and listening to the sounds of nature for a moment or two. You just accidentally happen into this state of mind. You accidentally just automatically elevate your vibrations, elevate your consciousness by being relaxed. So the only thing you need to do is just focus on slowing your breath down, bringing all of your awareness and focus to your breathing, and then listening to the sounds of nature around you. Relaxing your muscles now, taking that moment to disconnect, to connect, feeling all of the energies throughout. Sending your breath down your nose, all the way to the base of your spine on your inhale, and on your exhale, pull up from the base of your spine, expelling the air out. Just taking your time with this type of breathing, letting it cycle in, and letting whatever needs to be recycled out. Now start to harness your energy by pulling your pelvic wall up and the navel in towards your spine. Now notice how your tailbone will tuck under automatically. So let's help to lengthen the spine out by pulling up through the crown of your head. So now we're activating your muscles just a little bit, activating your pose. And if at any time your legs get fatigued, you can just straighten them out in front of you. This is your yoga practice. This is where you modify this practice to fit you, to suit you best and your particular needs with your particular body type and your particular injuries. Are all at different levels, different walks of life, and so your yoga will be just as unique and special as you are. So feel free to modify as needed. Know that you are never stuck in a pose. You're always adjusting. Always bring awareness to listening to your body and what your body needs. It is your greatest teacher. Now remember, you can hold this 2-part abdominal lock, pulling up and in throughout the entire day. So you can make your entire day an abdominal workout. Sitting, walking, talking, whatever you are doing, pull it up and in. At the same time, even though your core is strong, relax your chest, relax your heart center, and just let the breath flow in and out. No restrictions, just free flowing breath. So you're learning how to contract certain muscle groups while relax others within your body at the same time. So 2 things happening at the same time. Strong core, relaxed heart center, relaxed chest, flexed spine. Your spine is flexed and active, so that means you're grounding down both sit bones while lengthening through the crown of your head at the same time. So even though it looks as if we're sitting here doing nothing, we are actually doing everything. Balancing the polarities of what is and what isn't. Transitioning our night and day, male and female, seamlessly morphing 2 sides together as one. And that's what yoga is. Uniting and joining together. Getting your right side, your left side to work together as one integrated unit. That is yoga. So let go of any picture you have in your mind of what yoga is or what you think that you should be, and just allow whatever is happening right now to be. Ride the wave of your breath and allow each moment to unfurl and unfold into the next. Focusing your awareness on your breath and harnessing your energy. So remember, pulling the pelvic wall up, navel in, strong spine, heart center open, yet be careful not to bloat your chest too far forward. You want to point the rib tips down. This will give you more length through the spine. And the more length through the spine, the more active energy and life force you will bring into your being. And the more oxygen you can get in between that space of each vertebrae. So breathe into that space, breathe into your spine, breathe into your vertebrae, inviting more light, more nutrients into your lifeline, aligning your mind to your spine. Now constrict your throat just a little bit, making the passageway smaller so that you can pull air in on the inhale very slowly. And on the exhale, you're pressing the air out. Now this is how we expel and dispel with that propelling force. That will just reach us forward, up and out with astonishing power. So this is how we learn to condition ourselves to control our breath, rather than the other way around, our breath controlling us. Harnessing that power of element, air, and using it to expel and dispel of what our body no longer needs. It's an ocean-like sound. So you're syncing your breath up, syncing your mind up to the rhythm of the ocean's ebb and flow. Letting in more light on your inhale, and letting go of what you no longer need on your exhale. It's a catch and release, a way of shedding anything that is absorbed, that the world imprints on you, a way of shedding it and letting it go and getting it out of you. Now bring your chin down towards your chest, very gently pressing down on the glands in your neck. And know whenever you press on the glands in your neck right here, that's an instant trigger for relaxation. It's there whenever you need it. Whenever the storms of life come your way, remember this quiet place. Remember these techniques to get you relaxed quickly. That way you can see clearly, and you keep it together and stay strong in those moments of stress and duress. You are the calm center, the calm eye of the storm. And these techniques, they are always here for you whenever you need it. And eventually, if you practice enough, your entire day can be a walking, moving, that heightened state of consciousness, complete and total awareness of what is going on. That way you know exactly. Now slowly start to roll one ear towards one shoulder, and you're going to be moving at your own pace. Remember, tuning in this practice to fit you, and we're just releasing any tension buildup and any holding patterns in the body. So we're releasing that right now. And if you're coming into this for the first time, it might be a little painful. So if there's a point where there's a kink in your neck or your shoulder, so if you have any part of yourself that has been ignored for a long time, to that space, relax. And in yoga, there's no forcing, pushing, pulling, or it's just 100% breathing and full aware, so you can stay safe within your body and explore the thousands of regions within you with your mind. So you're getting to know yourself from the inside out. And you're also taking a break Lengthening your arm behind you. So in other words, you're pulling your fist very gently away from the body. Smooth it down, nice and strong. The feet are flexed and active, so maybe just point the toes in towards you and then send your feet away from you. So there you have flexed feet. The toes are curling back, backs of the legs are pressing down. Tailbone is slightly turned away just to get the rounding out from your lower back. You want to keep your back flat, navel pulled in nice and strong. Inhale, circle sweep, arms come all the way up. And exhale, hands forward. And you don't have to come forward too far to really feel that stretch within the pelvic area and the lower back. Continue to flex through the feet. So you're stretching through the feet and reaching past them, same time locking them down, nice and strong. Back of the spine. Corey would have loved that. And reaching up through the crown of your head at the same time. And now slowly start to straighten the spine back up to the sky. We're just going to inhale, arms come up and square your torso over the right leg now. And as you exhale, hands to either side of the leg. Now while you're doing this, lock your left sit bone back. So it's a locking of the left sit bone back and then twisting of the torso to square the shoulders over the right leg. And then just using your hands to the sides to press it down as you breathe through that circulation. So try to keep the left leg as locked down in place as possible to keep it active here. And you're using the palms of your hands to twist, keeping the lower back as lengthened as you possibly can. And on your exhale, just release the left arm. You're going to open the chest back to center and left arm up to the sky. Side stretch over towards the right leg. Keep pressing the backs of your legs down and opening up your chest to the side. That way there's not a collapsing or rounding here. There's an opening up. And release, coming back to center, keeping the hinge at the waist, no rounding in the lower back. Other side, inhale, both arms up. And exhale, square your torso over the left leg. Hands to the sides. And really anchor the right hip down and back. And use the hands to very gently twist and square the chest over the left leg now. So really anchor your right leg down. Circulating your breath throughout your entire body to get the energy flowing all the way from the crown of your head down through your legs. So you're blasting through very gently any blockages that may or may not be there. Breathing more energy flow all throughout, really getting everything going, and using your exhale to recycle anything out of your body that you no longer need. And on your next exhale, you're going to release the right arm, circle sweep it all the way up to the side, opening up your chest towards the front now. And remember, continue to lengthen from your lower back as you open up and extend through the fingertips. Release, coming back to center. No round in the spine. Inhale, circle sweep both arms up just to create more length. And exhale, bringing the feet together. We're going to slowly start to stand up here, just coming into a stance where your feet are hip width distance apart. Flat back, belly in. Inhale, circle sweep, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to come into big toe stretch. So just start by balancing on your left leg. So just find a comfortable place where you can be and balance just for a moment. So maybe lift your right toes up off the ground so you can find your balance and feel where your weight is best. You want to bring that weight into the heel so you can lift up your toes just to feel where that weight should be. Bring it back into the heel, and then once you have it there, then release your toes back down and suction your foot. Use all 4 layers of your foot to suction cup it down on the mat. Locking the leg out nice and strong, but not overextending it. So really lift your kneecap up, engage your quad, and then once you have it, make sure the hips are level. Sometimes we hike the right hip up, so just even out the hips so they're nice and even level. And see if you can reach your interlaced fingers to your knee. Still keeping the hip down. Careful not to hike it up so we can get an even stretch in your back. Lifting up through the crown of your head. And still grounding down through the left heel, gripping with your big toe, using your foot as that suction cup. And now focusing your eyes one spot. Find that non-moving object to still the eyes and still the mind. We're just practicing on balancing here. Just practicing, regaining our balance, and building up all the tiny little muscles that support your infrastructure that get overshadowed and overplayed by the larger muscle groups. So we're letting all those tiny little muscles gain strength and build muscle memory. And on your next exhale, release it out. Now shake away any tension. Just let go of any tension that we create. We also breathe it away. And then find your footing on your right leg now. You can just lift the left toes to start. Finding that balance, focusing your eyes one solid spot, non-moving object. Bring the weight into your heel. And then once you have it, gripping with your toe and suctioning your foot. Locked out nice and strong. Strong spine, lifting up through the crown of your head. And don't forget to use that 2-part abdominal lock. Pull the pelvic wall up, navel in towards your chest. And then once you have it, interlacing your hands and holding onto your knee. Now it's okay if you fall out of the pose, because falling is learning. It's the ego that doesn't like to fall because it thinks that falling is failing, but actually your spirit and your body loves to fall because that's learning. It's learning to build muscle memory. It's learning how to be stronger. And it's just practicing on how falling is going to happen. And when it does, you just get right back up and try again. Keep coming back as many times as you need to. Squeezing in through the midline. We fall all the time. Good job, Alyssa. Lock your eyes, 1 point. Your Ekagrata, that will help you. And also, remember, when you are focused on 1 point, your eyes are just locked solid, then distractions will just eclipse themselves from your view. Learn how to be that focused to where nothing can break your concentration. And release. Shake the legs out. And just relax here. Take a breath. Inhale, circle, sweep arms, come all the way up. And now separate your feet about hip-width distance apart so you can ground them down nice and solid. Interlace your hands, press the palms up to the sky, and we're just gonna bend towards the right. Trying to keep the hips level, and again, lengthening from the lower back, and we're just gonna stretch for a moment. And slowly start to stretch towards the other side. You're breathing your way through this. You're letting your breath lead the way. Come back to center. And now prayer palms above the head, fingertips just to touch. Bend the elbows, very gentle back bend here. So think about pressing your hips forward. Really pressing them forward as far as they'll go. No grounding in the lower back or no crunching in the lower back. Giving more space and length to each vertebrae, lifting your heart center first. And then slowly lifting your elbows up and back. And release, coming back to heart center. Widen your stance now. So just come to a comfortable wide stance with your toes slightly turned in and your heels out. And remember, you can always adjust your stance as you need to. Now inhale, circle, sweep, arms come all the way up. And as we exhale, we're gonna fold at the waist. So hinging at the waist, forward fold, fingertips, and just crown of forehead down towards the ground. Now bend your knees as much as you need to. The more bend you have in your knees, the more of a stretch you'll get in your lower back. Now remember, it's all about decompressing the spine. So maybe rolling the weight forward into the pads of your feet. And we're just playing with our weight here. See what's comfortable for you. Relax your head. Relax your neck completely. Let go of any picture that you have of straight legs. You certainly do not have to have straight legs. You can work at getting them straight. But if you have tight hamstrings, tight pelvic area, or working with any kind of injuries in your back or hips or anywhere, you certainly can bend your knees as much as you like. Now flip your palms backwards, walk them through and underneath your legs. 100% mindfully breathing the entire way. Now you're rounding your shoulders away from your ears, down your back, and just letting your head hang in this inversion. Remembering that whenever you're in an inversion, the artery in your neck will dilate, it will open up, allowing more blood flow and oxygen to your brain, washing away old insights, clearing the way for more creativity. And turning your world upside down so we can see more clearly. Continue to keep your core engaged. And now slowly start to walk the hands back to center. Gonna come into a twist now. Left hand at the center. Inhale, right arm comes all the way up, turning open to the side. Keep anchoring that right hip down and back. As you reach, now bend the elbow behind your back, palm faces out, so the back of your hand pressing against your body very gently, just using that as traction to open up the shoulder. Now while you're stretching, you are actually building the muscle at the same time in the back side of your body and the back side of your legs. Same time releasing tension in your shoulder and lengthening your spine. So pull forward through the crown of your head. Continue to give more length and space to each vertebrae. And release. Right fingertips come all the way back up. Using your breath to lead you to the other side. Inhaling, left arm comes all the way up, reaching to the sky. And then bend the elbow behind the back. Palm faces out as you twist the torso. Being very gentle on your spine. No rounding in the lower back, so remember, hinging at the waist. And then just breathing it away here. On your next exhale, release the arm, back up to the sky and down to meet the right once more. Now anchor your legs, bend your knees as much as you like, pressing through the outer edges of them. Flat back, belly and circle sweep, come all the way back up to standing. And exhale to heart center. Now you're just gonna point your left toes forward for triangle here. So left toes are forward, and you're gonna sit back in your hip. Inhale, arms straight out to the sides. And you're gonna straighten your front leg. Yes, for triangle. And you're just gonna tilt the hips forward and reach forward. Yep, got it. And when you can't reach any further, then you slowly start to bring the hand down towards your shin. Yes. And lift the right arm up to the sky. Good. Slowly rotating the chest. And you're open to the side. Now just be careful. And triangle is different for everybody. You don't want to put too much strain on the inner thigh. We are just stretching through the piriformis here. And opening up. Getting more space and length. Breathing our oxygen down past the muscles into the tissues, the cartilage, all the way down to the bone. So grounding down, lifting up at the same time. So breathe into your upper hand as if you were reaching for that helping hand up here. That way you don't sink down into your joints. You're lifting up and out of them. All right, now use your inhale and your upper hand to pull you back up. Good. And we're going to switch sides. So close the left foot, turn the left foot in, and the right toes out. Keeping the right leg straight, swiveling the hips. The hips are still open to the side. They're just very gently swiveled. And then rotating the pelvis forward, leaning forward, and reaching forward till you can't reach any further. Then bring the hand down to your shin, left arm up to the sky. Opening up to the side, and then lifting up out of your joints. Balancing the grounding down with your lower half, and lifting up with your upper half. And of course, lengthening your spine, decompressing it as much as possible. Each vertebrae, each and every vertebrae here. Sending your breath into your upper hand to keep you lifted as well. And keep sitting back in your hip. Opening up to the side as best you can, just doing the best that you can. Again, here is where you let go of any picture that you have of yoga and what yoga should look like, or even what you think you should look like, and just allow it to be whatever it is right here, right now, and we breathe it from there. Now use your upward hand and your core to lift you back up. Coming into goddess now. So maybe shorten your stance just a little bit. And we're going to bring the heels in with the toes out. Now spiraling the thighs out from each other and very gently tucking the tailbone under so you don't have to sit down too far. If that really hurts in your lower back, just find that place where you can be and breathe. Okay? Inhale, arms come all the way up. Locking the shoulders down into place, same time pressing up through past your fingertips. This will give you as active arms and shoulders, strengthening all of these joints all at the same time as best you can. Now lock your eyes one point. This will help you balance here. Focus your eyes, non-moving object. Here we balance. Slowly start to lift the heels, coming onto the toes. Yes, good, good, good. Good. Use your core now. Without letting your heels touch the ground, slowly starting to straighten the legs, taking all the time you need. So lifting up, use your fingertips to help lift you all the way up. Good, good. And heels down. Take a breath here. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Feet face forward, toes face forward. And exhale, swan dive down. Shoulder rinse. Interlace your fingers. Just let your head hang. Let your shoulders just rinse themselves out. Good. Play with your stance. Maybe take a shorter stance or a bigger stance. Find what works best for you. Bend your knees maybe a little bit or straighten them. Whatever you do, breathe your way into it. To stay 100% mindful and aware of what's happening within your own body. We'll tell you when to push and when to pull back and what needs attention. So breathe into whatever needs attention. Breathe more light, more love into it. And pull whatever is no longer needed out of it and send that breath away from you. And now using your core, we're gonna slowly come out, flat back, belly in, all the way back up. Yes, release it. Inhale, circle sweep, arms come up. And exhale, we're just gonna come all the way back down to the mat. Sitting back down in our Sukhasana. Coming into a spinal rinse. So just bending the left knee down on the ground, right heel comes to the outside of the knee, and see if you can sit both hip bones down on the ground. See if that feels okay. If that doesn't feel okay, you can always straighten your bottom leg out if you need to. Now knee point straight up to the sky. Inhale, circle sweep, arms come up. And exhale, just twisting open to the side. Right hand plants at the base of your spine. And twisting every vertebrae from the base through the crown of your head. Looking over towards your shoulder, past the shoulder, finding that spot. And slowly starting to work your breath. So on the inhale, you let your belly go. Whenever you're in a twist, you can do this after every meal, at least a half an hour after every meal, just to help getting things flowing. And on your exhale, you pull the belly in very gently, internally massaging your digestive system and vitality organs on this side. Well, we call this baby belly breathing because if you watch a baby breathe, when it's inhale, the belly comes out very naturally. And on the exhale, the belly comes in. So revitalizing these organs, bringing more life to them, replenishing them, bringing more nutrients into them. You're also helping out the digestive process at the same time. One more deep breath here, and then we're going to come into our back. Now use your next exhale to release. Now just switching sides, so bending the right knee on the ground or straightening it out, and left leg up and over the knee. And see how your hip comes up. See if you can get your hip down on the ground so that both hips are nice and even. Now this is to get you a straight spine as best as you can. Inhale, circle, sweep arms, come all the way up. And exhale. Just hugging the knee, left hand plants at the base of your spine. So seeing if you can get more length through the crown of your head. And practice your baby belly breathing. Inhaling to go big and exhaling to bring it in. It's one of the only times you can give yourself permission to let it all hang out. And then you pull it back in. And also remembering to contain the breath in and out through the nose. Keeping that energy harnessed. That way you can direct more of it where you see fit, where your body sees fit. And slowly start to unwind on your next exhale. Unwinding and coming down to laying down on your back. So we're just laying down on our backs, feet flat about hip width distance apart. We're gonna come into bridge here. So just graze the backs of your heels so that your fingertips just touch the backs of your heels. That's how far you want your heels to be away from your particular body height. And slowly start to drive down through the heels. Lift the hips up, tuck the tailbone under, and then again, shoulder rinse. Walk your shoulders in towards each other, interlace the hands together. Straighten the arms just best that you can. And then lifting the chest up. Lifting the hips up. And there's very little pressure on your neck and head. Most of the pressure is coming from you driving your heels down, tilting the tailbone under, and the backs of your arms down into the ground. So try to keep the pressure on the lower half of your body to keep your chest lifted. So use your fist to drive it down. And see if you can squeeze the palms together. Helping to relieve any effects of tendinitis, carpal tunnel. And lower it down. Breathe your hips all the way down to the ground. Bring bottoms of feet together, knees apart, Supta Baddha Konasana. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And breathe. Circle your breath round and round down your spine, up again. And working your hands like defibrillators. Right is the plus and left is the minus. Recharging your battery. Recharging your chi. Recharging your energy here. So making it grow. Using that heat that you've created and circulating that heat round and round. You're growing it now. Sending your breath into whatever place that needs attention now. Switching your hands, so left hand on the belly, right hand on the heart, and circle it round and round. Circle your energy and make it grow. Connect to that energy within, that heat that you've created. That quicker pace of a heartbeat, you made that happen. So now you're going to use that energy that you created to reset, recharge, and heal yourself. Breathe it in and let it go. Good. And now bring your knees back up towards the sky, feet flat, hip width distance apart from each other. Now you can either do a second set of bridge, or if you'd like to do wheel, you will bring one hand towards your ear and then place your fingers so that they're pointing away from you, and then bring your elbows pointed up towards the sky. Good, 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 good. Elbows to the sky, feet flat. Exhale all the air out. And as you inhale, press the ground away. Lift your hips up. You can do it, Sue. You can do it. Yes, 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 yes. Straighten your arms. Lift your chest. You can do it. Press down through. Yes, yes, you did it. Woo! Go, Alyssa. Yes. There you go. Go, Autumn. You can do it. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Beautiful. Now slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time. Tucking the chin towards the chest, coming all the way back down. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. First time yogi doing for you. Whoosh, it's so good. So good. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or one hand on your head now. Circling it up, all the way down, all the way around. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bottoms of feet together. Continue to pull your pelvic wall up and in. And then switch your hands. One hand on your head, one hand on the belly. Harness your energy, grow it, create it, recharge it, and use it. Basic element of air combined with the basic element of fire to balance your water within. And now slowly start to bring your knees together and see if you can hug them in towards your chest. So just see how your lower back feels. Allowing the muscles, the vertebrae to settle a little bit. And if it feels okay, coming to eagle. So this will be the last pose here. So you're just going to wrap the right leg over the left, wrapping the legs around. It's okay if your toe doesn't go under. The most important thing is sending your right knee this way and your left knee that way. So you're going in opposite directions of each other. And then squeezing in towards your midline. Good. Now inhale, circle sweep. Right arm underneath the left. So again, just reach for your shoulders if that's unavailable to you. But you're bringing the right arm underneath the left and then wrapping them around. And inhale, legs long, arms above the head. Keeping the spine nice and long, flat back. Exhale, curl the knees in towards the elbows. Keeping your lower back flat to the mat. Keeping your spine decompressed and long. Squeezing in towards your midline. Working these 8 major joints right here. Pelvic wall up and in. You're holding your core but not holding your breath. And release, legs back to long. Unwind them to the other side. Wrapping them around. Now remember, you're going to roll your thigh inwards. One knee goes this way, the other knee goes the opposite way. So you're going to scissor the inside of your thighs and squeeze towards your midline. That's the most important thing. Not if you can wrap your toe around, that doesn't matter. What matters is squeezing and scissoring the thighs in towards each other so that you can heal your hips and your lower back and work the major joints. Now breathe the left arm underneath the right. So left arm underneath the right, or just reach for your shoulders. The most important thing is reaching this arm this way and this arm the opposite way. You're using your polarities against each other to heal yourself. This is how you manipulate matter and how you put yourself back together using the reset button. Now lengthen your legs nice and long, arms above the head as much as you can. And as you exhale, bring the knees, elbows together. Keep the spine long, trying to line up the elbows and the knees, one line. Hips are even, abdominals pulled in and engaged. Deep breathing, lower back to the mat. More space and length through each vertebrae, keeping your back nice and long. And squeezing in 8 major joints. So you're pressing on the arteries in your arms and your legs. So that way when you release them, more blood flow will go through them. Blasting through any kind of blockages that may or may not be there. Increasing that flow. On your next exhale, release, unwinding the legs. Now just bring the right ankle above this knee, and then just hugging, interlacing the fingers behind this thigh, pulling it in close, and maybe using this elbow to very gently press the right knee out just a little bit more. Keeping both feet flexed now to protect the joints. And release to the other side. This is just a really quick counter pose to do for the eagle pose that we just did, okay? So for every yoga pose that we do the counter pose to it. We wind it up to release it out. Taking care of our bodies, both sides. You take care of your days and you take care of your nights. Take care of your right side, you take care of your left side. You pair the both together because they are both as equally as important. So just allowing yourself to unwind and breathe away any tension that may or may not be there. And release. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Straighten both legs out to the sky now. And use your core to slowly lower your legs all the way down into final Shavasana now. So open up the feet, open up the arms along the sides, and just come into that place. Try to keep your lower back flat to the mat as well. So if you need to bring your feet flat, that's perfectly fine. Or a little cushion under your lower back, that's totally fine. Find that place where you can be. So just lay down now and scan your body from head to toe. That felt good. Oh, that felt better. Okay. And relax. Relax every muscle in your body. Come here, Anna. We're going from all that is to all that isn't. So again, just search out pockets of tension and letting it go. And here's that meditative state of mind. We're letting the body just fall asleep while keeping our mind 100% aware by listening to all the sounds happening around you. Now this is where you practice how to morph every single sound into white noise. You blend it into the sounds of nature, whether it be a loud sneeze or a sharp clap. It's all noise. It's all just noise. That way you can keep centered, focused, and directed without anything breaking your concentration. Learn how to morph it and theme it together as all noise.